what is going on, guys? Welcome back. This is the pack I got for my tournament entry, as well as my 2 sealed boxes that I got at my locals this week. I think this week I'll probably stick with these 2, as well as possibly, you know, whatever I get out of this, depending on what I pull. If it's useful, I'll keep it. If it's not, I'll sell it so I can get more product, upgrade my budget, maybe buy some singles, whatever. So let's get into it, see if we can't help our deck. Might post a updated deck profile after this. Start off with our OTS pack. First we got Griffin Wing, definitely not super useful. A ritual that we're probably never going to summon, and a World Legacy token. Definitely not the most useful pulls there. Doubt I'll be able to get much from them. Alrighty. Might time lapse while I open these. Alrighty, guys, and we are back. So these are the 2 singles that I got. I'm not gonna open those yet, and I got some dice. Looks like I got a Harpy dice and I believe this is Blue Eyes. Yeah, Blue Eyes dice. So definitely gonna be using this for my future rolls and stuff. So let's get started with the first pack. As always, you know, hashtag shout out to Sniff Gang. Smells good. Alright, so we got a Blackwing, more Blackwing stuff, This Actors, Galaxy Wizard, Malefic Blue Eyes. Don't have any Malefic cards, so I don't see that being too super useful. A Blackwing, oh, almost spoiled there. This Actor, Sage with Eyes of Blues, very, very nice. That is definitely going in. Black Rose Dragon. I don't think I have the ability to go into this. Super Bullet Express Train, good pull, but not for this, but might be able to, you know, get rid of some of that. Harpy's Feather Duster, Lunalight, Harpy Lady, Cyber Angel, Rose, and more Black Rose stuff. So first pack, pretty good. Got Sage with Eyes of Blues already. I definitely needed at least one of these. 2 would be the ideal number. I don't think I would run 3 even if I got them. I mean, it would be great if I did, but alright, so I got a White Stone. It's useful, but I already got 3 copies. Nice, Dragon Spirit of White, perfect. That is definitely going in. Maiden with Eyes of Blues, already got a playset. This script, Chaos Form, definitely a possibility if I could pick up the ritual card. Majesty, Eyes of Blue, that's a maybe. Burst Stream of Destruction, so, oh, nice, that's a possibility. This is 100% going in, heck yes. No way, 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons, heck yes. Got a green text one and a regular one, and a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. That is also definitely a possibility. Great pulls there. Elegant Egotist, Rose Archer, Harpy Dancer, Cyber Angel Egg, Hysteric Party, and Hysteric Sign. So, you know, if we were playing sealed only Harpies, we definitely got a decent amount of stuff, but very good pulls so far. I'm very happy with those. Still got 2 packs to go though. See what we get. Alright, Photon Charge, Abyss Actor, another White Stone, Cyber Harpy, Protector with Eyes of Blue, definitely a possibility going in there. Mausoleum of White, I believe that's a ritual. Possibly, take a look at it. Verse Stream. Oh, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, that is probably going in the extra deck for sure. Super Express Bullet Train. Black Rose. Ooh, this is a Spear Dragon. Sorry, Blue Eyes Spirit target, so that is 100% going in as well. Harpy, Cyber Angel, Harpy, Rose Lover, Rose, and Rose. Oh my goodness. All the Black Rose support, holy cow. Alrighty. Last pack of Destiny. Let's see what we got. Another Dragon Spirit of White. That is 100% going in. Maiden, Harpy's Pet, Harpy Lady 2. Did not know that this was getting a reprint in here. Another Chaos Form. Majesty with Eyes of Blue. Ooh, a level 8 target. Oh, new Blue Eyes. That's a very good pull. I already have 3 Blue Eyes, but I might throw this one in there just for some extra love. White Rose, another Blue Eyes Ultimate. That'll go in the extra deck. Rose Witch. Rose Stuff, Fallen Angel of Roses, Train Stuff, and Harpies. So, very good pulls on those, and let's go ahead and reveal our first sealed card. We got Blackwing Full Armor Master and Harpy. Okay, neither of those are very useful, but again, I'm going to leave these sealed. Any of this stuff that I might not need, you know, can go towards the budget for this. So I may kind of take a look through here, see if I can't update some cards, get an updated list, see what's going to go in. Alright guys, be back in a minute. Guys, what is going on? I am back. Sorry that took a little longer. The whole thing is time-lapse, so you know it'll probably go by pretty quick for you. Updated it. I think the deck should be a lot better. You know, there's still definitely a bunch of cards that I would like to get for it, but you know, it's kind of a open as you go. I'm still not sure what I want to do from here. I really enjoyed opening these packs. I'm definitely going to pick up some more in the future, just not sure when. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started, see where we're at. Starting off with, of course, 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. I did pull the other artwork for it, but there's a chance that somebody might want that particular artwork over these, and I might be able to get that towards my budget for next week. So, you know, plus playing 3 copies of the same art can be cool. So yeah, and then next 2 copies of the Dragon Spirit of White that I did pull just now. Honestly, this is the ratio that I would play of this card, even if I had 3 available, for the most part, I believe. So when this card is always treated as a Blue Eyes card. It is a normal monster while it is in your hand or graveyard, and then when it is special summoned, you can target 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls and banish it. So it is spot removal. If your opponent controls a monster, quick effect, you contribute this card and special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. So, you know, if you do happen to have this in your hand, which there's a lot of easy ways to get it in your hand, you can tribute this and kind of tag out if your opponent tries to kind of spot removal, get rid of this. But this is a good way to kind of control some spell trap cards. There's several different ways of getting this out of the graveyard for extra special summons and stuff like that. So, you know, really happy with this pull. Plus it's an extra level 8 for trade-in targets. Next up, for the tuners, I have 3 copies of the White Stone. Still playing 3 copies of this. Probably even in the final version, I'll be playing 3 copies of this card. This card is amazing. You know, whenever it's sent to the graveyard for any reason, you mandatory effect, add a Blue Eyes White Dragon to your hand, so that's always good. And then 3 copies of the Heart and Soul of the deck, Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Whenever this card is targeted for attack or by a card effect, it special summons a Blue Eyes from anywhere. And you can use both effects, the attack effect and the targeted effect, each once per turn. So even just summoning this, if your opponent targets it or attacks it with anything, you can get a 3,000 body on the board. So very good card. We'll always like this. Next, I got 1 copy of Sage with Eyes of Blue. This card's a rota for pretty much any of your level 1 lights any of your tuners or searchers or whatever. So it just adds it to your hand for follow-up plays, and then it has a secondary effect. You can discard this card and target one effect monster you control and send it to the graveyard, and then special summon one blue-eyes monster from your deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. So you have Maiden on the field already. For whatever reason, you open both of these. You target the Maiden, discard this. Maiden's effect triggers to summon a Blue Eyes. Use his effect, summon another Blue Eyes card from your deck. So very, very good card. Love this card. Super happy that I got this. One copy of Protector with Eyes of Blue. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one light tuner from your hand, then target one effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard. And if you do special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand, you can only use this effect once per turn. I just want to make sure it's not each effect, but yeah, you can only use that effect once per turn. So again, heart and soul of the deck. You have this in your hand as along with a Maiden, normal summon this, special summon the Maiden, use his effect to target the Maiden, special summon the Blue Eyes with his effect, use his effect again to special summon another Blue Eyes, and it's a level 1 tuner, so it's searchable off of Sage. Very, very good card. Drop down to just one copy of Rider of the Stormwinds. It is a Cards of Consonance target, so I did decide to keep it in. If your opponent has like a token or something that you need to attack over, it does do piercing, so if they're low on life points or you're close to time, that can also come up. And then anytime your monster equipped with this would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this instead. Not the greatest card, that's why it's at 1. If I had another copy of Sage or even another copy of Protector, I would definitely swap them out, but it is still in here for now. And then next, our only hand trap, still 3 copies of Honest. Love this card, definitely came in clutch at my last locals. And you know, anytime a light monster battles, like attacks or is attacked, you can discard it, and then it gains the attack of the attacking monster until the end of the battle phase, I believe. Yeah, until the end of the turn. So very, very good card, came in clutch. Several of my duels helped me win one of my matches. Check it out, I'll leave a link for it, all 3 of my locals in the description, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next one. Alright, next up we have our spell cards. We have 3 copies of Enemy Controller still. Definitely also came in clutch at my locals. It's a pseudo hand trap, or sorry, pseudo trap card that you can play, either change the battle position or gain control, like a crackdown, of one of your opponent's monsters. So 2 different ways to play this card, very, very good. Next up, I have 2 copies of a pseudo dragon shrine that I just got out of my sealed stuff. Majesty with Eyes of Blue. You can send 1 Blue Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, so it's a little foolish burial of any Blue Eyes monster. And then target 1 face-up card on the field. It cannot attack while this is face-up on the field. You can only activate 1 of these per turn. So I decided to play 2 of these. I was thinking about 1 or maybe not playing it at all because it's not really a going first card, but again, it's kind of like a little trap card. Or if you're forced to go second, you know, you can target 1 of your opponent's cards, send it as cost for this, or 1 of your own monsters because it can't attack this turn. Send it as cost for this, even if your opponent doesn't have a monster. And so that effect is not actual, so pretty good card. Next up, I am playing 2 copies of Dragon Shrine. I did cut this card down to 2. It was becoming pretty bricky in my last locals. I had a lot of duels where I would open 2 of this card. The really only target that I have at the moment is the White Stone of Legends, and really don't want to be sending too many copies of that card constantly, but it is a good card to send in. So 2 copies of Dragon Shrine, you know, it can add the Blue Eyes if you open the trade in, whatever, or if you have some way of reviving it. Definitely still a very good card. Would bump it back up to 3 if I had more of the other stone. So yeah, next up I am playing our draw cards, 2 copies of Trade-In. I never bricked with this card, even though I only had the Blue Eyes as my target. Yeah, still playing 2 copies of this card now that I have the Dragon Spirit of White to also discard for extra draw power. Also playing 2 copies of Cards of Consonance still. Again, never really bricked with this card. I feel like 2 is a really good number for it. Would bump it up to 3 if I had the other stone, but even with the 1 and the Rider, still 4 targets with this card. Discard, dig a little deeper into your deck, very good. Next up, 2 copies of Silver Scry, basically a Monster Reborn and one of the only ways of getting Blue Eyes realistically out onto your field, kind of at will. Never saw this card at my locals, was definitely hoping to hard draw it a couple times when I was in top deck, but Heart of the Cards was with me sometimes and not quite with me others, so what can you do? Next up for our one-ofs, I am playing, let me get these out of the way. Next up for our one-ofs, I am playing 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Really no need to explain it. Very good card in getting your trade-in targets back on the field, spot removal with the Spirit, and if for some reason your opponent has a powerful card like Dragoon, Monster Reborn is very, very good. And 1 for 1, another way of getting bricky cards out of your hand, triggering off effects, and getting your Maiden. We'll probably keep this card in here at 1, until the end of this sealed only. Very, very good card. And next up, the card I am trying is Mausoleum of White. I had actually never heard of this card before seeing this, but I read it and it's actually not too bad. It says during your main phase, you can normal summon, in addition to your regular normal summon, 1 light tuner, 1 level 1 light tuner, and you can only get that effect once per turn. And then also once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you control and send 1 normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, the targeted monster gains attack and defense equal to the sent monster's level, I believe, times 100 until the end phase, even if this card leaves the field. So I believe that sends as cost. No, that's an and if you do effect, so it's not cost, but still very, very good. You can target your Maiden, send a Blue Eyes, get both kind of going, use Maiden's effect to summon the Blue Eyes you just sent from the deck to the graveyard, whatever you need to do. Very, very good card. And then this card's second effect, you can banish it from the graveyard, and if you do, add 1 burst stream of destruction from your deck to your hand. I almost did not play this card, the burst stream of destruction, because I don't think it's very good. But it is searchable off of this card, and I do have several ways of getting Blue Eyes on the field, and it is the only form of board wipe that I have. We'll probably cut this card, maybe both of these, in future builds. There's no testing with this whatsoever, but I think it's definitely worth trying, kind of see how it plays in actual duels and stuff like that. So we'll see. Worth testing out, that's for sure. Alrighty, and last off, for the main deck, gonna wind down with the trap cards. 3 copies of Compulse. Love this card. I think it is very undervalued as just generic spot removal. A lot of decks, just with their normal summon, if they interrupt their normal summon, it kind of ends their whole turn. I did have a Salad matchup, and a lot of times just getting rid of that normal summon card with Salad can completely end their day, or like Prank Kids, depending on what your matchup is, it can definitely hurt. And then 3 copies of Fiendish Chain. Still really like this card. Effect negation, targeting. You can target any card, doesn't have to be just your opponents, and it prevents them from attacking as well. So I do still really like Fiendish Chain. That'll do it for the main deck. Still 40 cards. Next up, we'll go into the extra deck. The Game Changer, I pulled 2 of the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons. Absolutely game-changing. Love this card. Will almost always be going into this over Azure Eyes. It is a graveyard effect negation, and then you can tag out into a light synchro dragon type monster from your extra deck, except for himself. So very, very good. It requires one tuner and one non-tuner Blue Eyes monster, which all my high level monsters that I would be tuning with it are Blue Eyes monsters, so that is kind of null and void. But yeah, also it's neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Don't see a lot of them anymore, but some people do still play pendulums, so it kind of shuts off some of the pendulum mechanic as well. So kind of a cool little mini floodgate there, as well as that graveyard negation. Still playing 3 copies of Azure Eyes. I think in the final build, I would probably cut this down to 2 or 1. Don't ever really need to go into more than 1, but at the moment I have the extra deck space, so why not? 3 copies of Azure Eyes. Still kind of recurs your Blue Eyes White Dragons from the graveyard and provides protection. 1 copy of the Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, the other spirit target. Love this card, always have. If this card is special summoned, or if a level higher 5 or higher monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, so you summon this during your opponent's turn. If you know they're going to be like, if they're playing Outlich or whatever, you can pop one of their cards or something. So you still get it when this card is special summoned, and then if it kind of stays on the field for a couple turns, you can keep spot remove. If there's anything that kind of prevents being destroyed by card effects or whatever, it bounces it back to the hand. And then you can only use each effect, you can only use this effect once per turn. And then 1 copy of Black Rose Dragon. So I can't inherently go into this card, but with something in my side deck, you know, I am actually able to make this card for a surprise board wipe that maybe my opponent might not be expecting. Alrighty, and 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Don't actually have a way of making this at the moment. I didn't pull any kind of polymerization type card from my sealed stuff yet. Just kind of taking up some extra deck slots, because why not? They're there at the moment, but I do eventually plan on getting Dogmatica Punishment, and this is a great Dogmatica Punishment card. It can pretty much get rid of anything on my opponent's side of the field with 4,500 attack. So, very cool card. And last card from my extra deck, 1 copy of number 6/2 Galaxy Eyes Photon Prime Dragon. It's just any 2 level 8 monsters, so can definitely go into it, deal some extra damage. It's a 4,000 attack body, so you can kind of get over that Dragoon if you can crash into it or whatever. So pretty good. Alrighty, and that will do it for the extra deck. Definitely filling out pretty nicely. Don't have 15 yet, but I do have 1, 2, 10 cards so far. Yeah, so filling out just 5 slots to fill, and then can worry about mix and matching them later. Alrighty, off to the extra deck. 1 copy of Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon. So anytime there is a field spell on the field, so I put this in the side deck in case for whatever reason my opponent's playing like a Mystic Mine or some kind of field spell. If I'm playing that ABC matchup, there's almost always going to be a hanger on the board to kind of prevent it from being destroyed. But I can just special summon this by banishing a Blue Eyes White Dragon from my deck, and then it is still a Blue Eyes White Dragon. So can go into my synchro plays and stuff like that. There can only be 1 Malefic monster. Yeah, it doesn't have any generic effect, but yeah, it's just a free special summon basically, and kind of opens up some extra deck plays for sure. And then this is still playing 3 copies of the Heraldic Dragon Tef. Just moved it to the side deck as all. Free Cyber Dragon card, and then this, when I was at the locals, I did have many opportunities to summon the Black Rose, because I had opened this and a level 1 tuner, so special summon this, normal summon the tuner, sink into the Black Rose, blow up my opponent's board. So definitely a possibility of going in there. Plus this is a good target to tribute with enemy controller. And then the second copy of the Rider of the Stormwinds, you know, still depending on the matchup, if I feel like I'm going first for sure, I would probably put this in just for the Cards of Consonance, stuff like that. But yeah, thought it was worth the side deck slot. And then my only spell and trap removal, I have 3 copies of Stamping Destruction, still good for, you know, burning in time if needed, and spell and trap removal. It's pretty easy to control a dragon type monster in a Blue Eyes deck. Not the hardest thing to do. The third dragon trying to just move to the side deck. Didn't want to cut it completely because, you know, Dragon Shrine is insane. But yeah, just move locations, that's all. Still playing 3 copies of Champion's Vigilance. I did side this in, did not see it, so I don't know if it's good or not, but basically if I control level 7 or higher normal monsters, so pretty much exclusively Spirit or Blue Eyes, I can activate this, and it's a Solemn Judgment that doesn't cost life points. I can negate anything. So pretty good. And I don't think this card is once per turn. It is not. So if I do open all 3 and I have the Blue Eyes on the field, it just, you know, can negate 3 cards. And then last up, the Call of the Haunted made their way to the side deck. Didn't want to cut it completely because I just like having the recursion of the Blue Eyes, but there was a couple times where I would draw this and not have anything in the graveyard, so it was just kind of sitting there dead. So that is where that is, and that kind of wraps up this deck profile for right now. I will take this to locals hopefully either this upcoming Tuesday or Saturday. I will record all the matches and stuff like that, and kind of see how things go. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed seeing this kind of content. It helps motivate me to continue with this series. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for stuff that I could buy next. I had a couple suggestions already, so I might have ideas for next week's purchases already, but the week after is kind of open. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Thanks. Bye.